Namaskami Shri Shri Guru Kamalacharmyo. Open our eyes. Just wait a second. I'll just be back. Yeah, let's continue. So friends, this is the third batch on Bhagavad Gita. We already know. In my 2.5 year of teaching span, the journey on teaching Sanskrit, I have simultaneously been taking session on Bhagavad Gita. And this is, again, I have started from chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. We are already knowing that we started with Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namah, that I bow down to the Supreme Soul. Then we started with first chapter, atha prathamo-dhyayaha. We already know that the title of the chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So we have yet to decode that how someone's sorrow, Vishada means sorrow, how someone's sorrow can be a yoga. This is something very mystical and, sounds so contradictory. Because generally what happens that yoga gives us happiness, ultimate joy, removes problems and obstructions, wherein this Vishad itself is a yoga. So we have yet to decode that why this chapter is titled as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. See friends, we are reading Bhagavad Gita, no doubt about it. But simultaneously, we are also assigned with multiple homework. The first homework is, we have to find out why the name of the title is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. How can Vishada, the sorrow, grief, suffering can be a yoga? Another homework that we have to simultaneously cover is, who was Drona? What was his historical background? What kind of professor he was, which made him join a cunning king Duryodhana? Who was Bhishma Pitamaha? He was, Pravṛitte, the most matured one among Kauravas. And he was Pratapavan. He was very, he was full of might and strength. So even though he was full of might and strength, what made him join Kauravas and what made him join as a leader, as a leading capacity for, kind of representing the entire troop of Kauravas. So these are a couple of questions which we have to go into the historical perspective, talk to multiple scholars, and then find out the solution for this problem, So simultaneously, this reading of Bhagavad Gita is assigning us with multiple, questions to be found out in future. Okay? So I'm hoping as a young stars of this Bhagavad Gita, learners will be able to simultaneously come up with such solutions to the problem that Bhagavad Gita is side by side posing upon us. Okay? So with this particular note, I would like to say that, yes, the Arjuna, the dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇ, the cunning father of King Duryodhana is now asking the details, as in what is happening in the battlefield. And he says that dharma kshetre, kurukshetre, samaveta, yuyutsavaha, mamakaha, pāṇḍavaḥ chaiva, kima kurvat Sanjaya. So he's asking the details since he's blind and he cannot participate in that war activities of Mahabharata. Thereby he's asking the detail from Sanjaya. And then Sanjaya is detailing that dṛiṣhṭvā tu pāṇḍavānīkam yudham duryodhanas tadā ācāryam upasangamyam rājavachanam abravīt. Looking at the vast army of the Pandavas, probably the king Duryodhana is so much shaken from within that he rushes towards his defender, and he's detailing the strength and the might of the Pandavas. Simultaneously, the way the cunning king Duryodhana is talking, his cunningness and his insecurities is pretty obvious. Okay, so this reflects upon his personality also, and it is for us to see what category does he fit into. Is he a good king? Is he a good king? Is he a judicious, teacher, student? the way he's talking to his professor. So this gives rise to a multiple genuine question in the mind of the reader. At the same time, we already know that the war has begun. The troop from the side of the Kauravas has are blowing the horn, and in reciprocating the same, now the Pandavas are also blowing the horn. So it is all about initiation of war that has already happened. Okay, so let's begin with this background. Are we ready to proceed? Yeah. Hello, Koshua. You missed the background, friend. Anyway, and those who are on this live platform, please don't go onto the YouTube. Otherwise, I'll stop making it live. I am not bothering whether I go international or not. That is not my matter of concern. My matter of concern that each one of us who are participating are actually evolving, and evolution is only possible when the multiple minds of sadhaks are involved. Okay, so I believe in having 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 friends. I'm happy, but in their absence, me going live doesn't make sense to me at all. Okay, so please be with me. Okay, friends, so do you remember the shlok, Bonnie? Do you remember the shlok?
Oh yeah, I think we're starting at 11.
I was the last recording that I had was that we had done 3 and 4 and going on from there.
No, it was 17 and 18 shlok that we have to cover today. Okay, from 17 onwards.
Oh, from 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So see all of you.
I'm not prepared for
Shastra.
Parameshvasaha.
Paramesha. Ashaha.
Shikhandi.
Shikhandi.
Cha Maharathaha.
Maharathaha.
Drashtadyumno.
Drashtadyumno.
Viratascha. Satyakishcha parajitaha.
Satyakishcha parajitaha.
Drupado Draupadeyascha.
Drupado Draupadeyascha.
Sarvashah pṛithivīpate.
Sarvashah pṛithivīpate.
Saubhadrascha mahabahuः.
Saubhadrascha mahabahuः.
Shankhan dadmuः prithak prithak.
Shankhan dadmuhu prithak prithak.
Okay. Shankhan dadmuhu prithak prithak. Now, when the Pandavas, Pancha Pandavas, those 5 Pandavas, along with the Krishna, were blowing the horn, were blowing their respective individual horn. So, hearing their, looking at their blow, since they were blowing the horn, other, troop members from the side of the Pandavas, they also started blowing their respective horn for the sake of initiating the war activities. Okay? Shankhan dadmau prithak prithak. Those scholars, those warriors separately started blowing the shankha. Shankhnad has started happening. By whom? By Saubhadrascha, by the son of Subhadras. Okay, how were those son of Subhadras? They were Mahabahu. They were all great warriors. Drupado means Drupad was a king, and Draupadeyascha, and the son of Draupadi. Sarvashah pṛithivīpate. All of them were the Lord of the universe. They were so great warriors from the side of the Pandavas. Drashtadyumnaha, Virata, Satyakihi, who are aparajitaha, who can never ever be defeated into the battlefield, they also started blowing the horn. This is so alarming when such warriors are initiating the war activities. We can presume what would be the condition of opposite teams. Moreover, Kashyascha Parameshwasa, Sikhandi cha Maharatha, all those great warriors, Shikhandi, Kashiraj, and Dṛiṣhṭvā, Virata, Drupada, Draupadi, and Saubhadra, all these Sankhan, Dadmuh, they started blowing their shankha separately. So can we see the sloka is so pictorial? Imagine the scholars, those warriors from the side of the Kauravas are blowing the horn, blowing the shankha and their respective shankha. On the contrary, and in order to reciprocate their horn and in order to ensure their, action, full-fledged preparation to the opposite team, the Pandavas are also blowing the horn. So we can pictorically imagine what would have been the condition at that point of time. Isn't it, Bonnie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, say all of you again. Kashyascha parameshwasaha.
Kashyascha parameshwasaha.
Kandi cha maharathaha.
Shikhandi cha maharathaha.
Dṛiṣhṭvā viratascha.
Dṛiṣhṭvā viratascha.
Satyakischa parajitaha.
Satyakischa parajitaha.
Drupado Draupadeyascha.
Drupado Draupadiyaścha.
Sarvashah pṛithivīpate.
Sarvashah pṛithivīpate.
Saubhadrascha mahabahuhu.
Saubhadrascha mahabahuhu.
Shankhan dadmuh prithak prithak. Okay. Shankhan dadmo prithak prithak. Shankhan dadmo prithak prithak means they started blowing their shankha separately. And then what happened? What was the outcome? Ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
nabhaśhcha
pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
tumulo vyadārayat.
Tumulo vyadārayat.
Ghoṣho, that mystical sound that was created when the shankh was blown from the side of the Pandavas. Ghoṣho, that nada, that sound. What happened? dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ hṛidayāni vyadārayat. It has completely shaken the heart of Dhārtarāṣhṭra, the son of Dhritarashtra from the side of the Kauravas. Vyadārayat. Vyadārayat means completely crushed, installed fear and insecurity, the kind of noise, the kind of ghoṣho that was created from that blowing of shankha from the side of the Pandavas. So say all of you. Ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
Hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
You might be wondering now that why all of a sudden this warfare? Was there no peaceful negotiation? Was there nobody to mediate in between the Pandavas and the Kauravas? There was a peaceful negotiation, friend. That peaceful negotiation was initiated by Lord Krishna. You know, Lord Krishna went to the Kauravas. He said that, let's not have war. Let's not have Mahabharata. This war will bring nothing but destruction. So what you can do is, are you listening? So what you can do is, when he went to Kauravas, he said that you give some portion of your property to Pandavas. They are also your brother, so that they could survive and take care of your livelihood. You know what the Duryodhana replied? Duryodhana's replied that, you know the needle, the front of the needle, to that person also I will not give their share. Do whatever you like. So it is not that the peaceful negotiation was not initiated. It was initiated by Krishna. Krishna went and talked to them. But Duryodhana disagreed completely, and kind of was sounding very hostile in front of the Krishna. And then Krishna motivated for this. Then we have this Mahabharatam. So it's not that the peaceful negotiation was not initiated by Krishna. Multiple times, many ways, this peaceful negotiation was initiated by the Pandavas and Krishna himself. But Duryodhana, being so cunning, full of hatred, being full of jealousy, and so much of his insecurity, refused to. That was the statement of Duryodhana, that the front of the needle, even that portion I'm not going to offer. Can you imagine? And thereby, see all of you, ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
hṛidayaनि
hṛidayāni vyadārayat. The heart reason of dhārtarāṣhṭra, the son of Dhārtarāṣhṭra, was completely shaken hearing that ghoṣh, that sound from the side of the Pandavas. Is that making sense to everybody?
Yeah.
See how pictorial it is, and how unfortunate that something like this has happened in the past. How fortunate also at the same time that this gave rise to Bhagavad Gita, the ultimate knowledge. So say, and what happened with that ghoṣh? Nabhaśhcha, pṛithivīṁ chaiva, pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
nabhaśhcha, pṛithivīṁ chaiva,
Abhyanunādayan.
Tumulo
abhyanunādayan.
Tumulo na vyadārayat. The words get multiplied, that nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva, as if it is touching the sky, including the planet Mother Earth. Nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva, tumulo vyadārayat. The voice, that ghoṣh, mystical sound, started getting multiplied and multiplied and multiplied. And that multiplied ghoṣh, hṛidayāni vyadārayat, they started shaking the heart of Kauravas, dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ. Is that making sense to everybody? Yes. We have yet to decode why this is known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Now say all of you, ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
ghoṣho
dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
Nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
Nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
Tumulo vyadārayat.
tumulo
abhyanunādayan.
Tumulo vyadārayat. These days I'm listening a song, Anand hai prachand. I will show that to you. You will feel some vibration there. Wait. So we can somehow relate this song with what must have happened in that battlefield. This song is in Hindi though, but you will feel the vibration. This song is an indication that whenever unjust is happening, let's not tolerate it. Let's fight it up. So are we ready to hear it?
Yeah.
प्रचंड बोल मस्तकों के झुंड आज जंग की घड़ी की तुम गुहार दो है प्रचंड बोल मस्तकों के झुंड आज जंग की घड़ी की तुम गुहार दो आन भान शान या की जान का हो दान आज एक धनुष के बाण पे उतार दो प्रचंड बोल मस्तकों के झुंड आज जंग की घड़ी की तुम गुहार दो मान वान शान या की जान का हो दान आज एक धनुष के बाण पे उतार दो आरंभ है प्रचंड सो प्राण दे जो मन करे सो प्राण ले वही तो एक सर्वशक्तिमान है मन करे सो प्राण दे जो मन करे सो प्राण ले वही तो एक सर्वशक्तिमान है कृष्ण की पुकार है ये भागवत का सार है कि युद्ध ही तो वीर का प्रमाण है कौरवों की भीड़ हो या पांडवों का नीड़ हो जो लड़ सका है वो ही तो महान है जीत की हवस नहीं किसी पे कोई वश नहीं क्या जिंदगी है ठोकरों पे मार दो मौत अंत है नहीं तो मौत से भी क्यों डरे ये जाके आसमान में दहाड़ दो आरंभ है प्रचंड बोल मस्तकों के झुंड आज जंग की घड़ी की तुम गुहार दो मान वान शान या की जान का हो दान आज एक धनुष के बाण पे उतार दो
So, such songs in India is known as Veer Ras song. This fills us with a lot of power and strength, and we are able to take challenges. Okay, and this song was somehow related to this context. That's why I played it. Hope it was not boring for you.
It was wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Powerful.
It is powerful. I keep listening this song a lot. So that was the status. So we will read the shlok and then we'll move on. Say all of you. ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
ghoṣho dhārtarāṣhṭrāṇāṁ.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
hṛidayāni vyadārayat.
nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva.
nabhaśhcha pṛithivīṁ chaiva
tumulo abhyanunādayan.
tumulo abhyanunādayan.
Now the next shloka. Atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā.
atha vyavasthitān.
dhārtarāṣhṭrān kapi-dhwajaḥ pravṛitte śhastra-sampāte dhanurudyamya pāṇḍavaḥ hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ tadā vākyam idamah mahī-pate. This is, what is happening? Why am I laughing? You will get to know the reason. Atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā dhārtarāṣhṭrān kapi-dhwajaḥ pravṛitte śhastra-sampāte dhanurudyamya pāṇḍavaḥ hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ tadā vākyam mahī-pate. Now the chapter of Arjuna is coming into picture. Atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā dhārtarāṣhṭrān kapi-dhwajaḥ. Now this Pāṇḍavaḥ, this Arjuna, what he sees is that he sees that kapi-dhwajaḥ, that dhwaja, that flag of the Pandavas is systematically arranged on the, the flag of the dhritarashtra's are systematically arranged on the other side. Atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā dhārtarāṣhṭrān kapi-dhwajaḥ. When you see that their flag are systematically arranged, which means they are all set to fight. All the dhritarashtras, all the Kauravas are all ready to fight it up. Then pravṛitte śhastra-sampāte. Then he takes command of his shastra, weapon, and then he is holding his dhanush and bāṇa, his weapon for fighting it up. And pravṛitte, he is into war activities now. He's getting engaged into the war activity. And since he's getting engaged into the war activity, Arjuna, hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ idam vākyam atha, is now instructing this statement to his Krishna. Actually, in that battlefield, Krishna was the chariot for Arjuna. Okay? Now Arjuna, when he sees that all the dhārtarāṣhṭra are systematically arranged for the sake of war activity, then what he says is that he is instructing his chariot, that is Krishna, or what instruction he gives is the later discussion. But he is giving instruction at the same time. He is all ready with his weapons and dhanush and bāṇ. Why? Because now he has to fight it up. Okay? Is that making sense? So look at his preparation. That yes, now it's time to kind of fight it up in the war, in the Mahabharata war. Okay? So say all of you, atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā. The status of Arjuna reminds me of a friend. At some point of time, I had a very talented friend. She used to work day and night for the exam. And for the exam also, she used to prepare so well with her, pen and pencil and all these things which are important for us to write the paper. But in the exam time, during the exam time, she used to have exam phobia. And whenever she used to enter to the examination gate, she used to panic, she used to faint. And instead of, she being sent to the exam center, many of the times she was hospitalized. She had that exam phobia. And anyhow, we used to motivate her to give the exam. And whenever she used to give the exam and she used to come back, she used to top in that exam. The same way, Arjuna has prepared himself for this war for so long. Now he's instructing Arjuna to be taken into the battlefield. But the moment he is going to the battlefield and is seeing his own relatives against whom he has to fight it up, his entire courage is converted into a discouragement, disappointment, disappearing. His body is shaking. He's sweating badly. He's shivering badly. He hides himself behind the ratha, behind the ratha. So this is the situation. So he's having war phobia. So all these war phobia, his physical expression, mental expression is being mentioned through shloka. Are you all ready to understand, Didi? Marina Didi? So what is that? Say all of you. Atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā.
atha vyavasthitān dṛiṣhṭvā
dhārtarāṣhṭrān kapi-dhwajaḥ.
dhārtarāṣhṭrān
kapi-dhwajaḥ
pravṛitte śhastra-sampāte.
pravṛitte śhastra-sampāte
dhanurudyamya pāṇḍavaḥ.
dhanurudyamya pāṇḍavaḥ
dṛiṣhhīkeśhaṁ tadā vākyam.
hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ
idam mahī-pate.
mahī-pate.
So what he says, see, he's giving the instruction to the Krishna, to his chariot. So it is arjuna uvācha.
Arjuna uvācha.
In India, this month is supposed to be a very auspicious month. This is Magh Chaturdashi month is going on. And it is said that whatever auspicious we do in this month, that impact of it is multiplied and given to us. So starting Bhagavad Gita in this auspicious month, we have Akshaya Tritiya approaching, Gurudev's birthday approaching. So starting something in this auspicious month is very, very useful. Starting Bhagavad Gita is obviously so auspicious. So say all of you, Arjuna uvācha.
Arjuna uvācha.
What Arjuna says? Senayor ubhayor madhye.
Senayor ubhayor madhye.
Ratham sthāpayame chuta.
ratham
What it says? Say, hey Achyuta. Achyuta means Krishna. Achyuta means Krishna. So Achyuta, O Krishna, me ratham senayoh ubhayoh madhye sthāpaya. Please establish, take my ratha and place it in between the two armies, the army of the Pandavas and the army of the Kauravas. Ubhayoh swenayoh madhye. In between the two army through ratham sthāpaya. Please place my ratha. Achyuta, dear Krishna. Okay? So say all of you. Senayor ubhayor madhye.
Senayor ubhayor madhye.
Ratham sthāpayame chuta.
Ratham sthāpayame chuta.
Ratham sthāpayame chuta. Me ratham sthāpaya. Please, place my ratha. Why the Krishna has to take his ratha in between the two, troop? So that he's saying, Yavadetan niriksheḥam.
Yavadetan niriksheḥam.
Yavad etan niriksheḥam. So that I could properly introspect. Nirikshan means I could properly introspect etan. These two armies, yoddhu-kāmān avasthitān, those who are assembled for the sake of war against me. Okay? Yoddhu-kāmān. Yoddhu means for the sake of war. Kāmān means those who are desiring, and avasthitān, those who are arranged for the sake of engaging themselves into war activities against me. Niriksheḥam, I am going to introspect them. Thereby, ubhayoh senayoh madhye, in between the two army troops. Achyuta, dear Krishna, me ratham sthāpaya. please take my chariot to that, take my ratha to that, ground in between the two army troops. Making sense? So he want to introspect, he want to see that those who are arranged from the side of the Kauravas, who are those against whom he has to fight. And then he says that, kairmaya saha yoddhavyam.
yoddhavyam
Asmin रणसमुdyame.
Asmin रणसमुdyame.
Aham nirikshe. I will introspect. What? Kairmaya saha yoddhavyam. I have to fight with whom? Asmin रणसमुdyame. In this rana, in this battlefield, those who are assembled in this battlefield and those who are properly arranged. Kairmaya. Who are those against whom I have to fight? Okay? Making sense? So now Arjuna is wanting to see those who are assembled to fight against him. And he wants to nirikshana, he wants to introspect. He wants to see them, he wants to analyze them. Okay? And then, yoddhu-kāmān avekṣeham.
hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ
Ya etetra samāgataḥ.
Yam
etetra samāgataḥ. Dhārtarāṣhṭrasya durbuddher.
dhārtarāṣhṭrāya durbudhe
Yuddhe priyachikirshavaḥ.
priya
Shirshavaha.
Yuddhe priyachikirshavaḥ. yoddhu-kāmān avekṣeham. Avekṣeham. Aham avekshe. I want to see. Yoddhu-kāmān. I want to see those who want to fight against me. Ya etetra samāgataḥ. Who are assembled here in this battlefield. Yoddhu-kāmān. Willing to fight against me. Aham avekshe. I want to see. Dhārtarāṣhṭrasya durbuddher. Yuddhe priyachikarsavaḥ. Dhārtarāṣhṭrasya durbuddhe. Durbuddhi, because those who are favoring the small-minded king, or like Duryodhana, who are those dull, stupid, people who want to fight against me. Avekṣeham. Who are favoring unjust and they are assembled in the battlefield for the sake of war. I want to see them. Okay? So he says that, yoddhu-kāmān avekṣeham.
Yoddhu-kāmān avekṣeham.
Ya etetra samāgataḥ.
etetra samāgataḥ
Dhārtarāṣhṭrasya durbuddher.
dhārtarāṣhṭrāṣya durbudhe
Yuddhe priyachikirshavaḥ.
Yuddhe priya
Shirshavaha.
What is durbuddhe? Durbuddhi. What is durbuddhi? Dushitah buddhi yasya. The one whose intellect is polluted. That person is known as durbuddhi. So durbuddhe dhārtarāṣhṭrasya priyachikirshavaḥ yoddhu-kāmān aham avekshe yah ete atra samāgataḥ. The dull-witted, the one with polluted intellect, the king Duryodhana, the group of troop who is supporting that durbuddhi Duryodhana, and those who are assembled in this battlefield for the sake of yoddhu-kāmān, for the sake of fighting, I want to see them. So say all of you, is that making sense? Akoshua, any doubt?
Yeah. I'm asking, is he saying I want to see them, or I do see them?
Aham avekshe. Okay, good question. I will see them. It will be See, I want to see them is somehow future. I will see them is also future. Okay. So I will have to check. Avekshe, the rat lakar of it. Okay, I will get back to you on this. But this is Atmanepadi, a dhatu, and then which lakar it is, I will see. But he sees that I will see them, I want to see them, like that.
So he doesn't see them yet.
He's talking. He's still instructing his Krishna for the ratha to be placed in between the two troops. Okay?
Thank you.
Very good. Okay? So, this is what exactly. Any other doubt? Anybody? Yeah. Then Sanjaya is again narrating this to Dhritarashtra. What he says that? Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Eva mukto
hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Gudākeshena bharata.
Gudākeshena
senayor ubhayor madhye.
senayor madhye.
Apayitva rathottamam. This is not bhavishyat kal. This is not future tense. This is lat lakar atmanepadi uttam purus ek vachan aham avekshe. Okay? I see. Not even want to see. I see. Avekshe. Aham avekshe. I am seeing or I see. Okay, this is present tense. Okay? Akoshwa, this is the grammar which is involved in it.
Thank you.
So, Sanjaya uvācha.
Sanjaya uvācha.
Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Gudākeshena bharata.
Gudākeshena bharata.
senayor ubhayor madhye.
senayor madhye.
Apayitva rathottamam. Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ. Rashikesh means Krishna. Eva mukto, the Krishna who has been so instructed by his master Arjuna. Then Gudākeshena bharata. Gudākeshena eva mukto. Gudakesh means Arjuna. So the one who has been so instructed by Arjuna, that Krishna, senayor ubhayor madhye, in between the two troops, sthapayitva rathottamam, by placing the chariot, the best chariot, which was offered to Arjuna for the sake of fighting in the battlefield. After establishing the ratha, what he does? Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah. Sarvesham cha mahī-pate. Uvācha Partha pasyaitān. Samavetān kuruniti. So as per the instruction of the Gudākesha, he after establishing the chariot in between the two army troops, he says that, Krishna says that, pasyaitān, look at those Kauravas, those who are assembled in the battlefield against you. Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah, especially this Bhishma Pitamaha, who is your great grandfather, and Drona, who was your professor, especially Pramukhatah, look into the Bhishma and Drona, sarvesham cha mahī-pate, and look at other warriors also belonging from the troop of the Kauravas. Especially look at these Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma was the very loving great grandfather of Arjuna, and Drona was the professor. So especially look at them who Bhishma and Drona. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
See, Krishna was so different, Bhishma and Drona, they were two people who were so favorite to Arjuna. And then, pointing at to Bhishma and Drona, he says that look at Bhishma and Drona also. They are also standing against you and in the favor of that Durbuddhi Duryodhana. Durbuddhi Duryodhana means Duryodhana, that cunning king whose mind is polluted. See? This is life. Okay. I'll just be back. Bhishma Drona Pramukhata. Look at your great grandfather and the professor, Pramukhata especially, who are against you and favoring this cunning king who is Durbuddhi, who is the one with polluted mind. Okay, so say all of you. Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Eva mukto hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ.
Gudakeshena Bharata.
Gudakeshena Bharata.
Senayor ubhayor madhye.
Senayor ubhayor.
Apayitva rathottamam. Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah.
Bhishma Drona Pramukhatah.
Sarvesham cha mahī-pate.
Sarvesham mahī-pate.
Uvācha Partha Pashyaitam.
Uvācha Partha Pashyaitam.
Samavetan Kuruniti. Huh? Interesting, right? So let's see what happened next. Okay, we will see it in tomorrow's class. Thank you. Okay, we will chant Bhagavad Gita, Aarti, and then we will wind up the session. Okay? So let's sit with the spine erect. We will hear the Aarti. Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ viharini. Hṛiṣhīkeśhaṁ viharini. Sundara supunite. Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Karma sumarma prakashini. Kama sakti hara. Tattva jnana vikasini. Tattva jnana vikasini. Vidya brahma para. Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Nishchala bhakti vidhayini. Nirmala malahari. Sharana-rahasya pradayini. Sharana-rahasya pradayini. Sabvidhi sukhakari. Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Raga-dvesha vyadārayaṭ. Karini moda sada. Bhava-bhaya-harini tarini. Bhava-bhaya-harini tarini. Paramananda prada. Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita. Asura bhav-vinashini. Nashini tamarajani. Daivi sadgunadayini. Daivi sadgunadayini. Hari rasika sajani. मा जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी माँ जय भगवत गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा कीजे हरि पद प्रेम दान कर आपनु कर लीजे माँ जग जय भगवद गीते. Thank you. We shall meet tomorrow.